Village of Fox Crossing meetings are presented to inform Village of Fox Crossing residents and interested parties about village government. Additional information, meeting agendas, and minutes are available on the village website, www.foxcrossingwi.gov. Fox Crossing residents can express their opinions about village issues by contacting the village president or village trustees. Contact information is on the website. All public portions of the meetings are recorded in entirety and are not edited.
Okay, we'll call the meeting of the Village of Fox Crossing Board of Trustees to order. It's Monday, June 22nd, 2026, 6 p.m., and we'll open with the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If you take attendance, please.
Trustee Van Dyke.
Here.
Trustee Kepi.
Here.
Trustee Raditz.
Here.
Trustee McQuillan.
Here.
Trustee Swartz.
Here.
Trustee Hansen is excused. President Youngquist.
Here. And before we begin, I just want to acknowledge a couple people in the audience this evening. We have a couple visitors that I don't always highlight everybody, but we have the pleasure of having Nina's newly elected mayor, Mr. Brian Borchardt, as well as one of the council members, Bill Paulno. Welcome to both of you. Happy to have you here. So, the first thing on the agenda this evening is actually an audit report from Kerber Rose and Mr. Kevin Boren. I believe Kevin's manager with Kerber Rose. Will be leading the discussion. Our finance director, Jeremy Cyril. I don't know if you want to add anything before Kevin starts? Or?
Yep, just briefly.
Okay.
Thanks, Mr. President, members of the board. Tonight, as Dale just mentioned, we do have our annual presentation for the annual comprehensive financial report, otherwise known as the ACFR for 2025. Hopefully you had a chance to review the draft ACFR and the draft MD&A, or at least get through Manager Sturgill's memo, where he reviewed several of the key financial performance metrics. Looking back at 25, if you wanted to sum it up in one short sentence, is that it's really another year showing our financial stability. Despite the inflationary pressures and cost increases, our general fund expenditures actually did increase about $800,000. Our strategic planning and our fiscal management allowed us to maintain our healthy fund balance goals and still keep everything operating. We did receive an unmodified opinion, which Kevin will go through in a little bit more. And this is a direct result of a lot of hard work by the entire village staff, really. I want to thank the department heads for their assistance, especially during the audit time, responding to their various requests and additional information. And I especially want to thank the finance staff for their commitment to completing all of the reconciliations, schedule preparation, and just really getting through everything. Kerber Rose has served as our auditor for over 10 years now. They've done a really nice job, and once again, it was a pleasure to work with them. I'm very happy with their professionalism, their knowledge, and the efforts they do with helping get everything ready. We are presenting everything in draft form simply because it has to still go through the quality control review. And that just kind of comes down to the scheduling and of how everything worked out. But we do expect to have the final issued ACFR ready by the end of this week. So with that, I'll turn it over to Kevin. Kevin's one of the managers with Kerber, and he's worked with us for several years now on our account. But he'll be filling in for Dave tonight. And then after that, if there's any questions or discussion, let me know. Kevin, when you're ready for me to start the slideshow, just give me the nod.
All right, you can go ahead and start it. All right, you can just jump to the next slide right away. So as Jeremy said, we did issue an unmodified opinion this year. That's basically a clean opinion, noting that we didn't find any issues or material misstatements. It's basically just saying that your financial statements appear correct based on the information that we were given. And that's on the financial statements. And then we do also issue an opinion on internal controls. And so we don't test every single internal control that you guys have, but we do kind of look at a good number of them, and especially the more important ones. And we didn't have any findings over your internal controls. That just kind of indicates that things are set up properly and functioning as they should be. Next slide. So the GFOA does issue certificates for clean and accurate, excellent financial reporting. And that's the 2024 statements were submitted to the GFOA, and they did go ahead and issue a certificate of achievement for excellence in financial reporting. And I believe the plan is to submit the 2025 statements as well. And that's just kind of an indication that the village, takes pride in its reporting, making sure that everything's accurate, and gives the public the information that they need to really see how the village is doing. It's always good to get that. Next slide, please. So this slide just kind of covers the general fund's fund balance. So the total fund balance in the general fund for the year was about 9.5 million. This was an increase of about 37,000 over the prior year. And you can see the breakdown here. So the non-spendable was about 380,000. This year there was nothing that was restricted. Then committed was a little over 3 million. Assigned was about 1.8 million. And then just the general unassigned then was about 3.4 million. I'm going to jump to the next slide then. This slide kind of shows a breakdown of what makes up those non-spendable, restricted, committed, and assigned balances there. Just kind of giving you a little more detail about what makes those up. Jump to the next slide. So the village does have a fund balance policy where they try to keep the general fund's unassigned fund balance between 20 and 30% of the subsequent year's general fund's budgeted expenditures. And, this year it's at about 28%, pretty consistent with the last several years. And that is just a good indication that you've got a nice, healthy fund balance. You're meeting your policy and you're just keeping enough in reserve to cover anything unexpected that should come up. Jump to the next slide. So this one then is the governmental fund. So this is the village as a whole. You can see the several years there. And so total governmental fund balance for the entire village was about $29.7 million. This did have an increase of about $600,000 over the prior year. And this is broken down. So non-spendable is about 380,000. Restricted for the government-wide in total is about 12 million. Committed is 3 million. Assigned is about 10.2. And then unassigned for the government whole is about 4 million. Jumping to the next slide. So this again just kind of illustrates how that's broken up. So that first column there is the general fund again. And then we've got the other major funds broken out there. And then the final column there is just as a whole. And you can see that in the financial statements to see specific funds if you wanted to see some more detail on that. Next slide. So this slide goes over the village's long-term debt. So the total general obligation debt for the governmental side is about 17 million. The general obligation business type is about 12.7 million. And revenue debt is about 33 million. There was an increase in long-term debt overall of about 3 million. That was made up of just some new issuances and obviously offset by the payments made in the current year. And that fourth bar in those columns there, that is the legal limit. And so as you can see, the village is well below its legal limit of $145 million. And so the margin for new debt, if you were to need it, is about $116 million. So obviously, pretty good if you're not getting too close to that limit. Shows that just with general revenues and everything, you're keeping up with your funds and just don't need to issue too much debt. So that's always good to see. Jumping to the next slide. So this one shows the proprietary net position. So this is your utilities, the water, sewer, and stormwater. This is just kind of the breakdown of the fund balance for the year. I believe these were all pretty similar to prior years, nothing too substantial here. Want to jump to the next slide. So this one, this does show again that just, overall net position pretty consistent for all the proprietary funds. That's water increased by about $541,000. Sewer increased about $800,000 and storm increased about $1.8 million. So overall, that's increased about $3.1 million. So that just kind of goes to show that, year over year, you're increasing those fund balances, covering all your expenditures and just sitting pretty well in those funds. And the next slide here, this one just shows the operating activities for the different utilities. And so, for the water fund, your operating income was about $1.4 million. There are some non-operating activities then. And so that's how, once those are factored in, we get down to the increase in that position of $540,000 for the year. Sewer's operating income was about $700,000. And then that total change with everything else factored in was about $800,000 increase. And then lastly, there's the stormwater. The operating income there was about $1.3 million. Then once all those non-operating activities are factored in, the net change was an increase of about $1.85 million. So all those, again, functioning pretty well, have nice solid increases for the year. Just kind of indication that everything is going through pretty well. So this was the last slide. That's pretty much all I have for you guys. As Jeremy noted, you guys put a lot of work into getting everything together for us, and we certainly appreciate all the spreadsheets and prep that you do on your side to make this an easy job for us. We've been going good for several years now, and we hope to just keep it going. Are there any questions?
Anybody have questions at all?
That one slide where it broke down the general obligation and it mentioned something about business activities. What is defined as a business activity?
That's the utilities, so the water, sewer, and stormwater. Yeah, so on the governmental side, that's, the general fund, the TIDS, that was 17 million. And then the business type, that's just the combination of the water, sewer, and stormwater's debt. And that was the general obligation for that was about 12.7. And the revenue debt, that is the business type as well, and that's 33 million.
And for the village, the general obligation business type is almost exclusively stormwater. The water utility does have a little bit hanging out there still, but that's pretty much financing the ponds for the past couple of years.
Thank you.
Deb or Pete, anything?
No, thank you. No, thanks.
Okay,
Great job.
well, I don't think we have any questions on the board here, so thank you very much, Kevin.
All right, thank you for having me. If anything does come up, you can shoot those questions over to Jeremy and he can get those to us and we can get you an answer. But I'll let you get back to your evening now, and thank you for having me.
Okay, thank you. Enjoy your evening.
Thanks, you too.
You have anything you want to add, Jeremy, at all? And
Nope, I'm good.
okay, I just want to compliment you and your staff on the job you do. I know you thank the department heads, but, you and 3 others pretty much put everything together for the auditors, so appreciate all you do.
Thank you.
So, okay, we'll move down the agenda a little bit here. Next item that's on the agenda are some minutes and correspondence to receive into record or approve.
Make a motion to approve the regular village board meeting notes from June 8th, and then correspondence received in the record, Plan Commission meeting minutes from May 6th, Park Commission meeting minutes from May 13th, 2026, as submitted.
Second.
Any questions or comments on any of those items? If not, those in favor of approving and accepting them signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Carries. Then public comments, we actually do have one individual that signed in to speak. And Mr. Connor, is it Kane last name? Okay. I'm going to ask if you can go up to the podium and state your name and address up there one more time for us. Name and address, just please. And while you're heading up there, I'm just going to tell you that basically we allow 2 minutes for your basic presentation, but, and we expect that you will not offer any candidacy notice or anything like that. That's not allowed, so go ahead.
I'm Connor Kane. I'm at 979 Solar Parkway in Neenah. I'm a resident of Fox Crossing. I came and spoke maybe a year and some months ago. I was sideswiped by a car on Kaufman Street, and I am advocating for pedestrian signals, or excuse me, sidewalks on Kaufman Street once again, as I travel down that road every day to get to and from work. And sidewalks would be really beneficial for me because I use a guide dog and I would hate to get hit by a car again. And I'm also asking that maybe the village looks into putting a concrete pad on the bus stop of Kaufman Street. I've had numerous times where the city bus doesn't know I'm trying to ride the bus, and they drive right by me, and then I'm late for where I need to go. So if we could maybe look at getting something like that put in as well with, the Schilt Park renovation that's underway, that's going to have a lot more traffic that way, as well as the new apartments getting put in on American there. So that's all I have.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. And with that, we'll move into new business. First item on new business is actually the final plat for Butterfly Way, new development.
Make a motion to approve the final plat for Butterfly Way Development as submitted.
Second.
George, you want to comment on this at all?
I can. There is, you can see, it was approved by the Planning Commission. Butterfly Way is unique in that it does not require a development agreement per se, since the roads are already in existence. But the Planning Commission recommended some conditions, including the fees in lieu of parkland dedication, which we actually have received the check already. We need to have some water and sewer laterals capped, depending on where the homes are located on this property, and that all taxes be paid, and then a recorded plat be provided. This is a 6-lot, large lot subdivision that is, again, adjacent to an existing street. Again, with those conditions, the Planning Commission recommended approval.
Okay, any questions for George? Then those in favor of approving this final plat signify by saying aye.
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 Anybody opposed? Carries. Then we have a certified survey map for two parcels on Appleton Road.
Make a motion to approve the certified survey map for 1040 and 1050 Appleton Road as submitted.
Second.
You're up again, George.
Nothing very complicated about this. This is a existing 2 lots that are being proposed to combined into one, so the owner can redevelop the property. They're going to remove one structure and modify another one. Makes it more practical for their use. Planning Commission reviewed it with the typical conditions that all taxes are paid prior to recording and then we get a copy of the recorded CSM. It's on William Street and Appleton Road.
Okay. Any questions for Mr. Dearborn on this one? Those in favor of approving the certified survey map signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Also carries. Then we have the electronic CMAR, just for acceptance.
Make a motion to accept the electronic compliance maintenance annual report as submitted.
Second.
Okay, Joe, you want to comment on that?
Yeah, this is just the annual maintenance report that we submit to the Wisconsin DNR regarding our wastewater system. It's comprised of the financials for the wastewater department as well as some information regarding operating. So as Village Manager Sturgill mentioned, we did receive a 4.0 score, which is the highest score possible. This is also for just for the board's reference, this is for the year 2025.
Okay, good job. As always. Those in favor of accepting it as presented signify by saying aye.
Aye.
That carries. Then we have an intergovernmental agreement to provide us recycling funds.
I'll make a motion to approve the intergovernmental agreement to satisfy eligibility for recycling consolidation grant for the calendar year 2027 as submitted.
Second.
Okay, you want it, Jeff?
Yeah, I could take this one. Thank you, Village President Youngquist. Yeah, this is an annual recycling grant. The Winnebago County does a service for us every year. The state of Wisconsin has a recycling grant that if participating units, which we are with other communities in Winnebago County, if we get together and promote recycling efforts, and we pass resolutions, and it's a grant that is offered by the state of Wisconsin, and we get here at Fox Crossing approximately $59,000 for our efforts with recycling, and this goes to directly offset the costs for recycling collection. So we just have to pass this resolution, as do the other communities, and submit it to the state. So Winnebago County consolidates this for us, and that's what this is.
Okay, thank you, Jeff. Anybody have questions on it at all? Silent group. So, those in favor of approving the agreement signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Also carries. Then we have the designation of the month of July as Parks and Recreation Month.
Make a motion to have the designation of July as Park and Recs Month in Fox Crossing as submitted.
Second.
And, Amanda, do you have any specific things you want to say about the parks, or?
Nothing specifically. It's summer, so we're quite busy. We have a couple big events coming up in July, the Filthy Fun Run on July 11th, our Messy Fest event, just a lot happening in general everywhere. And the Schilt Park project will be kicking off shortly after July 4th, so that project you'll start to see a lot of action at the park then. So we just like to celebrate kind of everything we do, thank our staff for everything they do, and July is just busy, so I think they designate that month for us to try and keep us smiling with how busy we are.
Okay. How about running that date and time for the fun run one time?
Yep, it'll be Saturday, July 11th. The first run, I believe, kicks off at 8:30 for the 18-plus category. We are looking for volunteers if anyone's interested in volunteering. We'd be looking for those individuals to be available starting around 7 a.m. that morning. But everything wraps up about 11:30, 12 o'clock that day.
Okay, thank you. And you and your staff do a great job on the parks.
Yes.
So, Those in favor of approving the designation of July as Park and Recreation Month in Village of Fox Crossing signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Carries. Then we have, I didn't count them.
I did.
How many you got?
16?
16, looks good. About 16 licenses to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve the operator licenses for 16 applicants. And this is for the licensing period beginning July 1st, 2026 through June 30th, 2028 as submitted.
Second.
Okay, those in favor of approving these signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Also carries. Then we have expenditures.
Make a motion that the Village of Fox Crossing Board of Trustees hereby authorize the above expenditures in the amount of $1,680,429.64 to be paid by the Finance Department with the exception of none.
Second.
Okay, anybody have questions that have not previously been answered? Hearing none, seeing none. Those in favor of approving the expenditures signify by saying aye.
Aye.
That carries. Just one quick report. We're coming up to our Board of Review. So we've made this announcement a few times. It'll actually be held this coming Thursday evening, late afternoon into the evening, right here in the Arden Twos Assembly Room. The minimum time that we will be present is 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Could well go beyond that. We do expect that, well, it's required that anybody that's going to be objecting will have given us written notice at least 48 hours ahead of time of their intent to object.
Written or oral notice, yeah.
Or oral? We accept oral?
Yep.
Okay. Our clerk says oral's okay. So 48-hour notice that we need though. So I would guess that puts it right about tomorrow. So, it's really the only announcement I have. I entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
Those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 And we are adjourned at 6:27.
6:26.
6:26.
Village of Fox Crossing meetings are presented to inform Village of Fox Crossing residents and interested parties about village government. Additional information, meeting agendas, and minutes are available on the village website, www.foxcrossingwi.gov. Fox Crossing residents can express their opinions about village issues by contacting the village president or village trustees. Contact information is on the website. All public portions of the meetings are recorded in entirety and are not edited.